Paying taxes is probably not on your list of the things that you're most excited to do in 2025, but using a credit card and earning a bunch of rewards can make settling up with Uncle Sam a little less painful. In this video, I'm covering everything you need to know about how to pay taxes with a credit card. I'll help you avoid common tax scams, explain how to get the most rewards, and point you to the authorized payment providers so that you can make your tax payments on time and with confidence. First, we need to talk about tax scams. Tax time is a great time for scammers. You might have gotten a call or email from someone claiming to be the IRS, and if you have, you know that these calls can be very intimidating. Many times, these scammers pretending to be the IRS will threaten to have you arrested if you don't pay them immediately. They might threaten to repossess your car, foreclose on your house, or just take the money directly out of your bank account, and this can all sound very scary. But you need to remember that if someone is calling, emailing, or texting you and demanding payment or requesting personal information like your social security number, it's almost certainly a scam. The IRS generally isn't going to make its first contact with you via phone, text, email, or even in person. If they need to contact you, you're likely going to get a letter in the mail. And the IRS will never demand immediate payment, and they won't require you to pay using gift cards or prepaid debit cards. Your best bet is to ignore these calls, texts, and emails, and if you do believe that the IRS is trying to get a hold of you, initiate contact with the IRS yourself using the links or contact information on the IRS website. I'll put a link in the description to the IRS pages with the agency's contact information. And I'll also link to the IRS page that has the direct links to the current approved ways to pay your taxes with a credit card so that you can be sure that you're paying the IRS and not some scammer. Okay, so you've got what you need to know to avoid tax scams, but why would you want to pay your taxes with a credit card? Well, there are a couple of different reasons, and the first is that you can use your tax payment to earn credit card rewards. Now, you can earn credit card rewards with your tax payment in a couple of different ways. The first and most obvious way is just using a credit card that earns cashback rewards. Now, both of the IRS's approved processors charge a fee to process a tax payment with a credit card. In most cases, the fee is around 1.75% of your payment, and that can make sense if you're using a credit card that earns 2% cash back or greater rewards, or if you're earning points that you can use for high-value travel redemptions. But realistically, unless you have a very large tax payment, you're not going to earn many rewards this way. And if the credit card you use doesn't give you more rewards than you're paying in fees, you're actually losing money. Here's what I mean. Let's say that you owe $6,000 in taxes. If you use your credit card to pay your $6,000 tax bill, it will cost you $105, assuming a 1.75% processing fee. But you'll get a little over $120 from your credit card rewards, meaning you're up $15. Well, that's not terribly exciting. Fortunately, there's a better strategy to earn rewards using your credit card to pay your taxes, and that is to get a new credit card with a large welcome bonus and use your tax payment to meet minimum spending requirements to earn that bonus. Let's take that same $6,000 tax bill. If you get a new credit card that offers a bonus of $750 cash back after spending $6,000 within 3 months, you'll pay the same $105 processing fee, but now you're up $645 plus any rewards you earn from the spending on the card. Now, maybe your tax bill isn't that big, but you could combine your tax payment with your other regular spending to earn a large welcome bonus. So how do you find these giant welcome bonuses? Cardsandpoints.com publishes a list of the best large credit card welcome bonuses that can earn you $500 or more cash back after meeting a minimum spending requirement. The link to that article is in the video description. Now, another reason why you might want to pay your taxes with a credit card is to take advantage of a 0% introductory interest rate. Some credit cards offer 0% interest on purchases to new card members. If you use one of these cards to pay your tax bill, you can defer paying it for up to 21 months interest-free. This can be a good strategy if you have the money to pay a large tax bill and you want to keep that money in a high-yield checking account and earn interest. But if you can't afford to pay your taxes, I would avoid putting them on a credit card. Here's why. Even if you use a credit card with an introductory 0% APR to finance your tax payment, you will still be on the hook for interest payments if you don't pay it off by the end of the introductory period. And those interest charges can be quite high. Many cards will start charging you 28%, 30%, or even higher interest rates on any balance remaining after your promotional rate expires. If you need help paying your taxes, the IRS can offer you a payment plan, and in some cases can forgive some or all of your tax bill if you're truly unable to pay. And any of these options are going to be less expensive than credit card interest. I'll put links to these programs in the description that you can reference if you need help paying your taxes. So if you've decided that you want to pay your taxes with your credit card, how do you actually do that? Well, the first step is to decide which payment processor you want to use. In 2025, the IRS has two approved payment processors that can accept credit cards, Pay1040.com and ACI Payments Incorporated. Both of these processors are equally reliable and both accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover credit cards. It takes about the same amount of time to make a payment using either site, and neither site requires you to create an account or log in. The difference ultimately comes down to the fees charged and the specific types of credit cards that each site accepts. Now I've put current information on the fees and cards accepted in the Cards and Points article linked in the description, but here are the highlights. First, if you're paying your personal taxes with any sort of small business credit card, you'll want to go directly to Pay1040.com. ACI Payments doesn't accept small business credit cards for personal tax payments. Additionally, be aware that Pay1040 does charge a higher fee for using both Visa and MasterCard business credit cards. So be sure to double check the fee you're being charged if you're planning on using something like a 2% cashback card and you aren't earning a welcome bonus. Second, if you're using a personal American Express card, you'll want to use ACI Payments. While Pay1040.com charges a 1.75% fee to pay with most cards, it charges a higher fee, about 2.81% at our last check, for American Express cards, meaning that the ACI Payments fee for processing Amex cards is cheaper. Other than those two cases, you'll probably want to go directly to Pay1040.com, since their processing fee is a bit cheaper than ACI Payments fee for most cards. But it might be a good idea to double check the current fees at each processor. Everything I'm telling you is current as of the date I'm posting this video, but fees can change. Once you've figured out which processor you want to use, actually paying your taxes is fairly simple. In my experience, it takes about 5 minutes to pay your taxes using a credit card. First, you'll need to go to the payment processor's website. I'd recommend using the link to the IRS website that I've put in the description and then navigating to the payment processor's website just to be sure that you're going to the correct place. At either site, you'll need to select your tax year and tax form associated with your payment. Remember, if you're paying the tax bill that's due on April 15th, 2025, you'll be paying your 2024 taxes, and most personal filers will select the 1040 form. You'll need to enter your personal information, including your social security number, address, and telephone number on the processor's website. It can be useful to have your tax return nearby, as you'll want to make sure that everything you enter matches exactly with what is on file with the IRS. Any errors or differences might delay or cause the IRS to reject your tax payment. Finally, you'll enter your credit card information, and if your payment goes through, you'll receive a confirmation that you should probably print out and save for your records. Now, just one final note. Your payment won't show up immediately on your IRS account when you log into the IRS website. But don't worry, the IRS considers your payment received as of the date that you make it, and the payment should show on your IRS account within a few days. If you want to see what this process looks like beforehand, I've written up walkthroughs for both Pay1040 and ACI Payments, including screenshots of each step in the article linked in the description. So that's what you need to know to pay your taxes using a credit card. Using a credit card to pay your taxes can help you earn more credit card rewards or give you an option to finance your tax payment using a promotional APR. Just make sure that you're using an approved processor, and the best way to do this is to use the link in the description, which takes you directly to the IRS website. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.